YouTubers, this is your girl J. Cole, and I'm so excited because I'm about to drop these DNA results on you. Yes, my DNA results came back. I was so excited, I couldn't wait. I waited for like 5 weeks, so when I finally got the email, y'all, I was just like ballistic. I was crazy. I was ready to read them. So now I'm going to share these results with y'all because this was an exciting journey. The journey has not ended. I am still researching, especially regions where it shows that my ancestors traveled. I'm still researching, connecting with other DNA matches that are showing that they're my fourth cousins and above. So I've already read my results, but I'm still excited so that I can read them and share with you guys. Okay, so here goes. Well, before I go into the results, before I do that, I want to first ask you, what do you think that I am? What do you think is in my DNA story? Okay, I will share this with you, that my grandmother used to tell stories all the time about one of my great grandmothers. I think she was like my fourth great, by the name of Polly Thomas. And the last time we knew where she stayed was in the Crawford, Mississippi, Columbus, Mississippi area. But that was like years ago. I never had the opportunity to know her because it was way before my time. But my grandmother would tell us stories about her and that she was full-blooded Choctaw. So I know by oral history that Native American is there. I don't know if there were other Native American. I'm sure there were other Native American ancestors in my family, but I just didn't know them by name or be able to trace them. I do know about Polly. But I was born in Fort Stewart, Georgia. I'm a military brat. Most of my family is in Alabama, and well, on my dad's side, and then on my mom's side, my family is from Chickasaw County, Mississippi. Okay, so if you kind of look at Django, they're talking about Candyland and all that, the plantation area out there, that's Chickasaw County they were talking about in the movie. And if you look at The Help, they were talking about Chickasaw County as well then. So that's where my folks is from, Chickasaw County, Mississippi. Okay, so that's a little background about myself. Both of my parents are African American, of course. So you know I'm African American. Just kind of want to know what little percentages of whatever else is there. People would ask me all the time if I was Dominican. I would get asked by Dominicans if I'm Dominican. So I kind of wanted to know if there was like a smidgen of something else there other than European. Of course, we know there's white there because of slavery, but I just didn't know if it was something else that was there. Y'all got me? Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and read these results to you, and hopefully you've dropped down at the bottom to kind of let me know what you think. What do you think is in my DNA story? Okay. Well, I am 37% Nigerian. Hey, I am Nigerian, and I'm excited about that. I've been watching Nigerian culture for a minute now, from their beautiful wedding gowns. I mean, they have some of the most beautiful weddings. Their dance style is crazy. If y'all don't know who Queen Teddy is, go look her up. She's absolutely beautiful inside and out, and she's an awesome dancer. So I've been watching Nigerian culture for a minute, and that's amazing. Even Nigerian makeup, it's amazing that that's my highest percentage, 37% Nigerian. Okay, I am also 19% Ivory Coast, Ghana. So I'm Ghanaian. I think I said that right. I think I said it right. Okay. Benin, Togo, 13%. Cameroon, Congo, 12%, and there's quite a few African Americans, kind of, you know, in the United States that have traced their roots back to Cameroon as well as Nigeria and Ghana, you know. But I know that Erykah Badu, she has some Cameroon. Okay. And so I'm excited about that. I love it. And my last percentage is 7% Mali. That's for the Africa region. And I had to calculate those up, and that was like 90%. Okay. So I am like 90% African. Yes. This is what Africa looks like. Okay. So I'm 90%. Mostly African. Okay, so as I go down to the low confidence regions, and I click on it. The next percent is 5% Ireland, Scotland, Wales. So apparently I have some Irish, Scottish, Wales going on there. My surname being Wilson, that wasn't a really, really big surprise to me. I felt like that. Africa South, and this is another portion of Africa, but Africa South Central hunter-gatherers is 2%. So that I put that in the percentage with Africa as well. And then I got 2% Iberian Peninsula, okay? And that's European, that's part European, but that comes from the Spanish, like that's Spain, Portugal. So for people that kind of was wondering about me being Dominican, a lot of Dominicans have Iberian Peninsula in their DNA story. So apparently there's some Spanish going somewhere in the family there, okay? So they did see that there is some Spanish there, okay? And I have 1% Native American. So there is a trace of Native American. And even though it's 1%, what I found out is that that is very rare. Actually, a lot of African Americans actually don't even show any Native American ancestry whatsoever. So at least the 1% is letting me know that the history is correct. The verbal history that's been passed down from my grandmother is correct, because they were able to trace at least 1% in my blood. Okay, so this is where it got a little interesting to me. I am less than 1% African North, and that covers Morocco, Western Sahara, Libya, and it also covers Egypt. So there may be a little Egyptian going on. Some Egyptian there. It's like less than 1%, but hey, it's there. So I have less than 1% of North African, and actually that's very, very rare, because most African Americans, and you could do your research, but most African Americans have no Northern African in them whatsoever. So I thought that was really, really interesting. I am also less than 1% Europe West, and that would be Belgium, France, Germany, Netherlands, Switzerland, that area right there. So there's apparently some French going on there. Okay. And I am less than 1% Great Britain. Okay. And that's what's up. That's England, Scotland, Wales. There it is. So there you have it. I am like 90% South African, 1% North African, and I am 9% European, and that's with Spanish and all of that in there. Okay, so as I started looking at my regions as to where my ancestors migrated to through the slave trade, most of it lit up with the North Carolina African Americans and Virginia and Southern States African Americans. So these apparently were where they were dropped off at in those states during the slave trade. Okay, so as I started researching that, looking at the regions, looking at the different cities and states, and also connecting with my DNA matches that are considered fourth cousins and above. I have like 377 fourth cousins and above that has been identified through DNA.com. I'm sorry, AncestryDNA.com. Okay, so when I started researching it, I found out that a lot of Texas and a lot of Louisiana has been lit up. I found out that I have ancestors that were born in the Galveston, Texas area, which was also a port for slaves. A lot of that is Creole there, so that would make sense as to why there's some French, Native American, and Spanish in my ancestry. So I knew about Alabama, I knew about Mississippi, but I did not know about Texas and Louisiana. So apparently there's some Creole going on. Hashtag Texas Bama. Okay, well, this is your girl. I totally enjoyed this. I would encourage anybody to go and get a DNA test and find out your ancestry as well. It's very eye-opening, and my journey is not over. I'm still learning more and more about my family every day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all have a blessed day. Peace.